Hello, Nova Nation. It's WXVU Sports Director David Szczepanski here with a special guest, as always, Villanova football head coach Mark Ferrante. Coach, always a pleasure. Short offseason for you this year. Just played in the FCS semifinals in December. What has the offseason been like? Has it been a little different with just not having a ton of time to work with?
You know what? We talked about that in December, heading into early January before the guys got back. Coach Tucker, obviously, when they come back in January, February, they're spending the bulk of their time with our strength and conditioning staff while the coaches are on the road recruiting. And we talked about that, and he talked to some other people that had been there, the North Dakota states of the world and South Dakota states of the world, and they've played even another 2 weeks after that with a championship in January. They said they keep their schedule the schedule. So when we came back Monday, I believe it was January 12th, we just started the offseason on time as usual. So, and you know what I noticed? You could tell a difference because with that extra 3 to 4 weeks of the regular season and the guys maintained in the weight room and kept working hard in the weight room all the way up till December 20th, when they came back in January, they looked better. They looked like they had been training longer. So we picked it right up. He didn't change too much. Unfortunately, weather came into it a little bit with the cold that we had. We didn't get out here on the turf as much as maybe we normally did in January in previous years. But I think the guys picked up and got after it pretty good. So we've been working since January 12th with this year's roster.
Well, good practice today. Of course, just a couple more weeks left of spring practice. Coach, also want to ask you, big news a few months ago, Jabril Mace, who entered the transfer portal, decided to come back to Villanova. How big is that for this team? What does that do for the locker room, having a player like Jabril come back to Villanova?
Yeah, as you know, we had a few guys go in. That's just the nature of the beast right now in college athletics. I tried to talk them all out of going anywhere else. I tried to keep them all. That's basically what I did from December 21st up until the portal opened January 2nd, whatever day it was. So Jabril, Capri Martin, Rags never went in, but he was thinking about it as well. So fortunately, Rags, Jabril, Capri Martin were able to keep them on the current roster, and they're having really good springs right now. Jabril's out. He had a little surgery on his hand, so he hasn't been doing much. He's coming off of that. But Rags and Capri are doing a good job. So whenever you can keep a good player, that's a good thing. So we were able to talk to them and kind of keep them around, get them out of the portal. So that's a good thing, and we're looking forward to what they can do this coming fall.
What makes a player like Jabril so special?
His work ethic, his speed, his being a great teammate. He's never complained. He's always had great body language. He's always been happy for the guys in front of him. And then when he got his opportunity, he took full advantage of it. And that's what happens if you sulk around and complain that you're not getting enough of this, that, or the other, whether it be playing time or carries or something. When your opportunity presents itself, you might not be ready. But he was not like that at all. I mean, everyone knows going into the season he was kind of third on the depth chart, and when the season ended he was kind of number one on the depth chart and broke a 20-plus-year-old record for that game against Towson. He had broke Brian Westbrook's single-game rushing record. So, he's just fast. He's strong. He's not very big, but as far as the size that he has and how strong he is, not only on the field but in the weight room, pound for pound, he might be one of our stronger guys.
Well, Jabril's in good company with breaking Brian Westbrook's record against Towson last year. Coach, one of the million-dollar questions, similar to what it was last year. Question at quarterback. Who is going to be the starting quarterback? I know you're not ready to probably say that yet, but last year Pat McQuaid did such a good job coming into the program and leading the team to the FCS semifinals. What does the quarterback room look like this season?
Yeah, right now we got a handful of guys in there. Rob Russo's getting a lot of reps, as is Nolan DeLucia, an incoming freshman. Mike Benacasa has been getting opportunities a little bit as well. Dylan Mills has been working quarterback and also some wide receiver for us because he's a good athlete. And we're still waiting on an NCAA waiver to potentially get Pat back for one more year. So we'll see how that goes. That seems to be a slow process. We had a meeting with our compliance people the other day, and he's thinking they have like 12,000 waivers they're going through, or at least 1,200. I don't know what number it was, but it was a lot. And so we're waiting to see. So if Pat comes back, obviously he'll step in that room and be the heir apparent. But if not, it's still competition between the other guys that have been out here this spring.
And Coach, final question for you. The Bone Marrow Drive coming up this Wednesday, 6 days away. We'll have the broadcast on WXVU. Just what makes that event so special? Why does the team love to participate it year in and year out?
Well, it's something that started here with Coach Talley. I mean, he started at Andy Talley Foundation. This is year 18 for that, but we've been doing it probably, 15 years before that. It's something that Coach Talley said he heard on the radio. There's not enough donors on the registry or potential donors in the registry. So he's like, I got 100 healthy bodies on my football team and coaching staff, so we did a drive here. Back then you had to give blood. It was different than a cheek swab, and Coach Talley added our team to the registry. And then the next year he realized there's only 20 or so freshmen. So he's like, well, I can't add 100 plus on one year and only 20 the next year. So he called Al Bagnoli at the time, who was at Penn. He called his buddy Larry Ciotti at Yale and asked them if they'd get involved and do a drive. And he saw how successful they were. We started doing a drive on campus just to add more people. I think the first year we got over 200. Our best year is we added over 700 from just an on-campus drive here. And then, like I said, he started his foundation 18 years ago. He now has, I believe it's over 400 colleges and universities in the country that run a bone marrow drive on their campus during the springtime. We've had 97 donors from the drives we've done in the last 18 years when they've been tracking it. So, it's just a great thing.
Big number.
Exactly. It's just a great thing. You have an opportunity to save someone's life. Who wouldn't sign up for that?
That's absolutely right. You may have seen behind us, they were filming the promotion video for the drive, so a lot of excitement as always. Again, on Wednesday, April 15th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Connolly Center. We'll have our broadcast near the Oreo, so looking forward to that, Coach. As always, a pleasure. Best of luck the rest of spring practice.
David, thanks for being out here. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you. Go Cats. See you soon, everybody.